Who do you think is going to be better? I don't want to follow you up if
Yours
it's so much better.
Real fast, 1 second. Good.
Maybe I'll go first, just so I can get it out the way. Not in a bad way.
Mine are long.
Mine are only 9% pages.
Mine are 7 pages in here.
Oh, maybe you got me beat. Alright. Do we go now?
You ready?
Okay. Abby, where do I begin? I always knew there was something about you. I noticed you for weeks to months. Didn't think it would be this fast. Then a year before we ever really spoke. Walking down the halls or sitting in the green room at church, there was always a little voice in my head telling me to speak with you. Oh, my nose. I notice now that all of these things are signs from God. Maybe never speaking to one another, me not serving in Leland at the same time as you, or getting one of your short responses the first time I ever tried to speak with you, was all due to God's timing. I'm sure we finally came together when we did because we would need each other this year to start our family. I can talk to you about anything. Toothpaste and soggy strawberries, pineapple casserole, pizza quesadillas with Chick-fil-A sauce. Everything was natural from the start. God made it easy for us to fall in love. From the first conversation to the missed first kiss, the fireworks, and the clearly obvious shooting stars, I will never forget the way you looked walking in the moonlight at Fort Fisher that night after our impromptu, fully clothed swim, and before calling the cops to come and open the gates being locked in the state park. I fully knew that night that you were the one, and I told God I loved you shortly after. Okay. On a personal note, to tell you I love you, I don't know whatever other way to say then you saved me. I had been in a dark place for years. I was lost and just wanted to be done. I had also given up on the idea of finding a partner altogether. You've helped me get closer with God. You've helped me find more fulfilling ways to enjoy life, like exercising and finding the passion to enjoy my hobbies and my work again. And from today, the joy I will have of getting to serve you in marriage. You make me want to live life again, and I will be forever grateful for that. You are worth more to my life than words could ever tell. I guess it's a good thing that starting today I will have forever to show and express my gratitude for you. I promise to love you forever, Abgail, and I am excited to see where life leads us.
I love you.
Love you.
Tucker Ryan. The day we met, I had no idea that you would one day become my whole world. When I asked you to get coffee, it never crossed my mind that this might actually be a date, so I showed up in my hobo clothes, with my hair messy and no agenda. After we established that I did not in fact like jazz, we talked about everything, and I remember thinking that it's never been easier to talk to anyone my whole life. Being around you just felt so natural. It was around the time when we talked for over 10 minutes about different kinds of toothpaste that it suddenly crossed my mind that there could be more to this than I originally thought. I remember the day after our first coffee date, calling my mom and telling her that I might marry this guy. She told me not to get ahead of myself. But from that day forward, I fell harder and faster for you than I ever have for anyone. I knew you were the one the night we laid on the beach in the weeds, watching the stars. I looked across at you, lying across from me in the sand, and realized in that moment that I wanted to be with you forever. Ephesians 3:20 says that God is able to do immeasurably more than we could ever ask or imagine. In the early days of our relationship, I did a lot of praying, and something I prayed daily was that verse, specifically that if this relationship was from God, that He would make it better than anything I could dream of myself. And He continues to confirm this to me every day, that I get to wake up and call you mine. All my life I've prayed for a man like you, and God truly did so much more. You are the kindest, most selfless person I've ever met, and I still cannot believe I get to be loved by you. Thank you for loving me so well, for always pushing me to be better, for encouraging me when I get down on myself, for holding me close when the world is too scary, and for always making me smile even on my worst days. You are my forever person, the other half of my heart, my soulmate, and the love of all my lifetimes. You make me happier than I ever thought possible, and I cannot imagine my life without you by my side. I can't wait for a lifetime of sunsets and shooting stars, playing music and cooking together, working out like crazy people, and taking long, long walks, and one day seeing the amazing father that you'll be to our future kids. I promise to love you with all of my everything until my very last breath, to be your biggest cheerleader in all that you do, and your shoulder to cry on when life gets messy, your forever adventure partner, and your best friend. I promise to never get between you and your bikes, never cook you instant rice, and never wear socks in bed. I promise to always keep God first in our relationship and to pray for you and for us daily. Lastly, I promise to wear out the words I love you and stand by your side for the rest of our days. I love you forever and ever. I love you.
Now I need a tissue.
It's your turn to cry.
Okay. I need a tissue. Does somebody have a tissue?
Bounty!